Member from Parkdale High Park.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And, you know, quite frankly, the member from Oxford has a reason to be concerned about a financial accountability office because his cousins in Ottawa, who of course tried to put the kibosh on their budget office, learned from the budget office in Ottawa that the fighter jets that they were going to invest in didn't cost, guess what, $9 billion. They cost over $30 billion. And that Ontario, you know, that old age security, instead of being a loss leader, actually was a good investment. That's what the federal equivalent brought forward. So I understand that he's defending the Harper government in a sense. But let me take you a little walk down memory lane. When I was first elected some 8 years ago here in this House, there was the $1 billion e-health scandal. Followed shortly, and remember back in those days there was a little bit of a surplus. I remember a $35 million surplus where $1 million went to a cricket club. Remember that? We seem to have forgotten that in this debate, so I just remind the House of that. $1 million to a cricket club who asked back then. And then there was Orange. Orange again, you know, another $1 billion kibosh, really, and money paid out not for the services that we expected, but to well-connected Liberal insiders. That's the reality. And now we have the gas plants being moved. Again, that's mounting up. That's going to be. Plus, by the way, the $85 million we're adding by the minute for the cancellation of the LRT if they go ahead with the subway. We're really, Mr. Speaker, up around the $3 billion mark. $3 billion of absolutely wasted money. That's in the time that I've sat here, had the privilege to sit here in this House. $3 billion. Think of the housing that would build. Think of the poverty that would alleviate. Think of the tuitions that could pay for our college students. Think of the young people that could put back to work. That is money lost. Now, it's absolutely appropriate that constituents get upset and that they've lost faith in a government that after 10 years has managed to make such a mess of the finances. What the Financial Accountability Office will do is to give us a window in, give us the ability before they waste any more money to actually get a handle on the true costs of what they're proposing. That's what we're talking about. No backroom deal, absolutely what our constituents demanded, what they said was necessary in order to keep the promises. Again, remember, Liberals and the promises, not a good track record there either, to keep the promises that we extracted from the budget into budget negotiations. That's why. I'll leave some time for my colleague from Davenport to say a few words on this. But again, $3 billion, that's a lot of money to most Ontarians. That could have done a lot of good. Instead, it was wasted. We want to prevent that in the future. That's why we're supporting this.
Yep.